Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. I am Cher. We are going to be covering some beauty hits and misses for the month of September. This is only my second video that I've done where I'm focusing on hits and misses. Last month I kind of did it to replace my routine beauty empties video that I do once a month for you guys, but I decided to bring it back and have two separate videos. This one is going to have a lot of goodies though, so I'm going to try to make it a speed review, but we're going to share whether all the things that I have tried that really stand out to me in the month of September in the beauty category are a flop or a hit or a miss. So if that interests you, stick around and we're going to dive right on in. All right guys, so welcome. If you're new here, I'm Cher and I do a lot of beauty reviews. I cover a lot of different beauty products. I'm constantly trying things, and oh my gosh, I've counted how much I have to bring to you guys, and it's like a lot. So I do a lot of beauty boxes on the channel. I cover the spoilers, unboxings, try-ons, and reviews. And then I buy some of my own stuff that I love, and then I also get some stuff in PR. And so I really like to have a forum in which to bring you guys reviews on everything. Since I've separated this out from empties, it's because I want a chance to share things that really stand out to me, whether I've emptied them or not. Sometimes they're really bad and I'm not going to empty them. And sometimes they're just really good and I just want to go ahead and tell you about it. So that's what we're going to do today. And again, I'm going to go ahead and break everything into kind of like categories, I think. So we'll go by like makeup versus hair versus fragrance, you know, that kind of stuff. So let's start off this time with maybe the fragrance category, because I did get to try a lot of new fragrance. Now, I will tell you guys though, I'm planning to bring a separate, brand new, first time fragrance rankings video where we're going to go more in depth and talk about all of the perfumes that I wore for the month and try to rank them. The same that I do my eyeshadow palettes, but I will still mention like new palettes and new fragrances of note that I tried this month too in this video. So I apologize for the repeat, but I think that's just how we're going to do it because I still want to mention it to you guys. So let's talk about the fragrance. All right, so lots of goodies I tried this month. The first one I want to share is Black Opium, a flanker. So this is the new Black Opium from YSL. This was gifted to me in PR. I really thought I was going to hate it because I've heard, you know, a lot of people aren't fans of the original, and I had seen the notes on it, I think, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that doesn't sound like a me kind of fragrance. However, I am going to call this one an absolute hit. I loved it. So I think even if you don't like their original, give this one a shot. Notes in it. What were the notes in this one? I'm going to put them on the screen and look them up for you, but I do remember it included coffee. And I think it has like a vanilla in it too, maybe, if I remember that correctly. It was like the perfect mix for me. This one is like a form of a gourmand, but like a sophisticated, like I just felt like it was a perfect like fall going into winter fragrance, but that little whiff of coffee, and I love coffee, so I will give you that little disclaimer. I love coffee, so that might be why I like it. But anyway, I ended up loving it. Big hit. I really loved it. Okay, and then another huge hit. Oh my goodness. So I do have a whole video reviewing this. This was also PR gifted to me as well. This is Replica, and it is that like, it's called Afternoon Delight, but it was supposed to kind of replicate a French cafe macaroons, or, you know, I don't know, like you're snacking on Madeleine cookie. The more that I wear this, the more I fall in love. Like I love it even more than my original review. This is the fragrance I have been reaching for the most this fall. Like it is one of my number ones right now. Like it's just got the sweetest, it's like a vanilla, but with a touch of like a sweet cookie. It is so perfect and just light and airy, but like kind of reminiscent of fall too. So I'm absolutely in love with it. So another big hit. Okay. So this started off as a miss, like a big miss. And I was ready to give a really bad review because I started off thinking it was a perfume. This is the YSL Myself. It turns out it's a cologne though, guys. It's for men. And once I realized that, I've now turned it into a hit because I love this scent on my man. We'll just put it that way. Yes. So I will put the the notes on the screen for you. So it is perfect for a men's scent, and like it is one I like to smell. Like it is straight up man. It is not unisex in my opinion. So when I put it on me, I was like, ew. And this was also gifted to me, by the way. But once I realized, I was very happy with it for my husband. Okay, and then I picked up just now the Coach Dreams perfume off of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, half off, and I couldn't resist. I did a complete blind buy and bought it because I was like, I want to try Coach perfume. And I will say it is a hit, but it's probably not as huge of a hit as the top two that I mentioned previously, but it's still a good one for like, I think it's gonna be good for spring. I think I'm just not there right now in the fall, and it's very floral. I do love florals, so it's still a hit for me. So I do like it. It's very strong though too. So it's a hit, but it's not like a top hit, if that makes sense. Okay, now we have a miss, I'm afraid. This is Lost in Paradise by Chris Collins. And I don't know, it's growing on me like a little bit more, but I'm still just it's not one I'm going to reach for. I don't care for it too much. This was gifted to me also. It was actually gifted to me as part of a PR package that Beauty Stat sent me celebrating Black-owned beauty. And this is one of the items. And I was excited to try it, but it's just not my normal perfume family. Like, I feel like it smells good in the bottle, but I don't really like how it smells on me. It's a little too... And like in the bottle, it has almost more of a, I don't want to say aquatic, but like sweeter touch of almost vanilla scent, but on me, I don't care for it. So I'm going to have to say it is a miss for me. Okay, but holy cow, 2 perfumes or fragrances that came in the Macy's Beauty Box this month. Holy moly, guys. Absolute hit. Fame, Ray-Ban, Fame, however you say it. In love. This one is so good. This is so me. Gonna be one of my top favorite scents of all time. It reminds me a lot of my favorite, the Flower Bomb Tiger Lily. Is just so good. Like, it's got this touch of, I think it might have a coconut in it. I can't completely remember. I'll put the notes again on the screen for you, but it smells amazing, and I fell so in love, so happy with it. Okay, but then this one is Phantom by Ray-Ban also. It also came in Macy's Beauty Box, and I'm gonna call it a miss. I thought it was a perfume, but a lot of you guys in the audience started telling me, no, this is actually a men's fragrance. So they were giving us a women and a men's in the same month. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, because it's got a darker, like, you know, a heavier scent than I usually like. It's not feminine to me, but I still like, I'm not terribly impressed with it as a men's cologne either though. Like, I don't really care for this on my man. I like my man to smell really manly and strong. And this, it's like this world between women's and men's to me, in my opinion. And it's like, I wouldn't really want to wear it, but I wouldn't really want it on him. So it's kind of a miss, I'm afraid. Okay, now I have one more that technically is probably should be considered more personal care, body care, but because you can get like, it's more like in fragrance from Bath and Body Works in a whole line. And it's just, I want to talk more about the fragrance of it. I'm going to count this in the fragrance category, and that is the Bath and Body Works Wildberry French Toast fragrance. Oh my gosh, the whole line. But I have it in the hand soap right now. You guys, this is heaven. It is heaven on earth. I love it so much. So gourmand. Definitely tastes, I mean, smells like blueberries. Oh my gosh, it is like being in the kitchen when your mama is cooking you some blueberry pancakes. Like, that is exactly what this is. Now, this says French toast, but it's like I smell blueberry waffles or pancakes or a little, I mean, yeah, and I love French toast. So like, this is absolutely it. And I am obsessed. And I already mentioned another one that I absolutely loved, but I emptied it. I'm going to keep that one in the empties video, so you can check that one out. But yeah, so this is going to be a top favorite one. Okay, now I think we'll segue into body care a little bit, since that last one was sort of body care. So I don't know, this could be skincare, body care, both. This is the Black Girl Sunscreen Make It Matte Sunscreen Gel for the face. I guess that's technically more skincare, but whatever. With broad spectrum 45. And I just got this in the Allure Best of Beauty box. And I was talking in that video about how I felt like, even though it says black girl sunscreen and I am clearly not black, it might still really work for my skin because it tends to be a lot more moisturizing and whatnot. So I gave it a shot this weekend at a festival that my family and I went to, Scottish Games Festival again in Alabama, and it was scorching hot there. So hot for September. It was like the surface of the sun. And this is what I used. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say it was a miss. I think I was wrong. And I think it was a little too hydrating for my face. I've had other products that were made more for melanin rich skin that still worked on my skin. So I thought this one would, but I don't think so. It is more of a gel finish, but it was so like, I felt like I was putting on almost grease on my face. And I have a whole bunch of breakouts today. Hopefully they're hiding behind makeup. I had broken out on my nose. I got a big old fat zit on my lip right here. And so, unfortunately, I kind of think it might have been from this. I finally got to test out this little anti-chafe thigh rescue. It's an anti-friction stick. It's almost like deodorant, and you basically rub it like between your legs. When I go to like theme parks, especially when I'm on vacation or I'm walking a lot and I'm wearing shorts and it's so hot and sweaty out, my thighs do rub together. I'm a curvy girl and I get like blisters basically, and it hurts. So I finally have started using it because when I go for walks now and I'm wearing shorts, I go ahead and I put this on, because even just a walk, like a long walk around my neighborhood, I will start to get those blisters. So I've been using it and it seems to be working. So I'm excited. I finally got to try one of these out. I think I got it maybe in like the Trend Mood box a while ago, something like that. So that's a hit. Oh, and I did actually have skincare to mention. So I did get this in PR also. This is from Innisfree and it's the Green Tea Caffeine Bright Eye Serum. What I love about it is, look at that applicator. It goes on right there under the eyes. It's so easy to apply because of that. And you squirt with this little handle and the serum comes out of it. And it has this like cooling effect. And of course, you know, cooling is really good for like puffy eyes and stuff. So it is so cool. Wanted to mention that one. It is a hit. So let's talk hair really fast. And then I have a whole bunch of makeup to talk about. Okay, the first product, this one is a repeat if you've seen my Ulta haul, but I will still mention it here. This is the Volcano Curler that I got on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and it is from Chi. And I'm going to call it a hit because I'm really happy with how it makes these really tight curls for me. I like how it looks. It's exactly what I wanted it for. The downside was it's just very tedious. Just like other curlers, you got to do one little strand at a time. So it's more tedious than I thought, but overall, I'm still going to call it a hit because I think it does make gorgeous tight curls that really held all day. Okay, next thing, I was gifted this in PR. I can't find the cap. I lost the cap somewhere, but this is from Evolve with an H. And I love a lot of their hair stuff. They do send me a good bit of products. And so, you know, I do work with the brand some, but oh my gosh, this might be one of the top favorite products yet. This is definitely a hit. It's called the Better Roots Growth Support Styling Foam. It does so many things in one. So it's a styling mousse, so you can like style your hair. It kind of gives a little bit of stiffness, but not like too stiff and crunchy, but just enough to like add a lot of volume. But then at the same time, get this guys, it works on not only growing your roots, but preventing gray hair. I kid you not, which I need because, you know, I'm 46 and I have to dye my hair every month to cover the grays. So I haven't started testing. I haven't been using it long enough to know, like, has it really slowed down my gray hair growth? But what I love about it so far is how it styles. Like, it adds so much volume, but I definitely wanted to mention it because I'm so impressed how it does all these different things. And I can't wait to see if it really does kind of like slow down the gray hair. So if you use it probably like every day to treat it, you know, style with it, but then also it should be treating the grays too at the same time. And then more in hair, I was also gifted this trio set. It comes with shampoo and conditioner in the thickening therapy line, as well as the thickening therapy spray, like a leave-in conditioner type spray. Okay, I'm gonna talk about them each separately though, because these are hits. Love these. They're definitely thickening. They add volume to the hair, and I'm so happy to have a big old tub of both because these are some go-to shampoo and conditioner. Loved them. But I think I'm gonna say the spray is a miss. I wasn't crazy about the spray. Now, I tend to use these though as like, I'm very picky about my leave-in sprays. I like detanglers and silky soft conditioning that help with frizz and like all those things. And I just didn't feel like, I didn't like the feel of the texture of it. It just wasn't super silky. It didn't really detangle that much. Like I didn't really know. I mean, I guess it's probably thickening my hair, but I want it to do those other things too. So for me, this is a miss. It probably won't be, I'll probably use it, but it won't be like one of my favorites for sure. But the other two are hits. So let's go on to makeup now. I have so much makeup to share with you guys. I will run through all the palettes maybe first, and you've seen a lot of these if you've been around here, but I figured I'd kind of go through and mention some of the palettes I tried out this month. But I do bring a separate all just eyeshadow palette rankings video to you every month. So I don't want to duplicate too much, but I still want to mention these, you know. So let's talk about the palettes so far for September that I tried that were like kind of more new to me. Just most recently was the ColourPop Haunted Mansion. And so I couldn't resist picking it up for spooky season. I love how you slide this out. It's got the little window in the packaging. And this was so cute. I did a whole video, fun Haunted Mansion look with it. This is a hit for me. I love it. I love those little sparkles on the inside there, that middle row. But I also feel like I could find ways to wear this very wearable. So definitely a hit. Just check out my eyeshadow palette rankings and we'll talk about it a little bit more and show you some of the looks. I also got a new eyeshadow palette in the P. Louise budget box. I got another one too in the mystery box, but I have not played with it yet. So I'm not gonna talk about it yet, but I did play with this one and made a fun look. It's got all those like grays and, you know, metallic-y fun colors. I loved it. Definitely a hit. And I'm so in love with P. Louise now, everything. Okay, I also went for it this month and I got the new Jeffree Star Orgy 2 palette as well as the OG Orgy one with it. I did the bundle, and so I did a video on both and compared the two. Both I say are hits. I'm sorry, I have a lot of hits. Orgy 2 was definitely my favorite. All those shimmers and whatnot. It was fantastic. I loved it so much. And then Orgy 1 is a little more boring because it's all mattes and it's all like nudes with some smokies up there too. But it's still a hit too. I did test this out on my best friend for bridal makeup, for her bridal trial, and it worked great. And so I honestly may even keep it in my pro kit to have as like all the mattes I could ever use for eyeshadows. So both are definitely big hits. Then I got the Moon Slice Beauty. This one was the Moonshake that I got in the Ice Cream Beauty box. And at first I had regret that I picked out the more boring neutrally one. It wasn't really neutral. It was really pretty. But it's just when I saw the other one with more color, I was like, oh no, I want that one. But when it came, I was really happy because it ended up having some beautiful colors. I love the pinks. It was very me. I will say though, when I tried it on, it wasn't as great of a formula as I'd hoped, but it was still nice. So I'm still gonna call it a hit. Just wasn't quite what I expected, especially since I've done a couple other palettes from them that I thought were amazing. So, but I'm still gonna call it a hit. All right, I also got the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette, and I did a whole review on this too, and I compared it to the I Need a Nude palette. I loved it very much. It was also a hit. So I did feel like, you know, you didn't necessarily need it if you had a lot of her other color stories, but if you wanted some of those more warm coppery tones it made, that it was a it was a need. I need a warm. So another hit. I picked up my very first Chanel ever, and I really loved the colors on this. Like, I loved the look it made. For the price, gosh, you know, it's hard. Like, if I had to judge it on the price, I would say a miss all the way. Like, not worth the price to me, but I mean, it's luxury. So, but the color story at least was a hit. So hard to say, but see, it's like all mattes, and like the formula is okay. Like, it's not bad. It's just for the price, I would want it to be better. I don't know. I'm still going to call it a hit because I still love it, and it's Chanel. All right, and then we had the Juvia's Place Vanessa palette, and I got this in their mystery box. Love this so much. I mean, a little simple 6-pan, but it made the prettiest look. It's all pinky princess, perfect colors for me. Absolutely loved it. I liked it more than some of the high-end ones I have, honestly. Like, it was amazing. So definitely another hit. And then this is no longer like eyes, but still in that like single and loose pigment type category. This is the body glitter that came with the ColourPop Haunted Mansion. It was called Madame Leota Glitterily Obsessed, and I am obsessed. It is so good. I was covered in glitter. I could not get it off. But it made the perfect haunted glitter look all over the body. But it is so neat. I love the effect of it. So really good. Get you some of this if you want that fun body glitter. Now let's talk about other kinds of makeup. So I tried several different lip oils. Y'all know I'm a lip oil fanatic. So let's talk about some of my lip oils real quick. The Medusa's makeup lip oil that came in that box, that was a hit. I actually ended up really liking it. It was very hydrating. I think it was good. The Ofra lip oil, I was so excited about this. It came in the mystery box I just picked up, and I was so excited because I've been wanting to try it. It was new for them to get lip oils. Unfortunately, it ended up being a miss for me. I was kind of disappointed. I couldn't believe it. I actually took this with me to that same Scottish festival, and I used it all day because my lips were just so dry out in the sun, and I could not get enough on. Like, it just wasn't hydrating at all. It felt more like a liquid lip to me, but with just a little bit more of an oil in it. I'm gonna have to say it was a miss, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry. But then the P. Louise lip oil that came in the mystery box. Yeah, the P. Louise mystery box, absolute hit. Amazing stuff. And this has like a lemon scent to it also. It was so good. Gonna be a top favorite. Like, I'd put this up there with Summer Fridays Dior lip oil. Like, so good, so good. Definitely a hit. Also got the Juvia's Place lip oil in their mystery box also, and this was a hit too. It was hydrating. I liked the color of it. They gave me this kind of like orangey one, but it doesn't turn your lips really super orange because it's, you know, a lip oil, so it's very subtle, but it was a nice like warm, more orangey tone to it, but it was nourishing. I did end up liking the lip oil. But unfortunately, I have another hit, another miss. The Buxom Lip Serum Plump Shot. Okay, so it's not really a lip oil. This one is a lip serum. So it's like a gloss, but with a serum built in and plumping. It's the plumping that got me. It stung like a mofo. And you guys, if you've been around, will know I do not like the stinging ones. So I'm really careful with plumpers. There are some plumpers that don't sting, but this is not one of them. It definitely stung. It gave me that menthol stingy feeling to my lips. It was a miss for me, and I was not expecting that from Buxom. I had been so excited to try Buxom. So, oh well. I got it on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. And still on the lip theme, I got five different lippies from NARS gifted to me by them so kindly. And this is their new explicit ones. They have this like magnetic, and I did a whole video on it and swatched up a bunch of them. Definitely a hit. Like I talked about in that video. I love these. I love the finish on them. I feel like they're hydrating. They kind of have this, like, I think they do have like the HA in it, if I remember that correctly. And they feel a little bit like the same idea as the YSL, like lip balms, you know, Love Shine lip oils and stuff. Just that same finish to the lips, but it's kind of a mix of a lipstick too. And I loved the shades in them. I did get like a comment, somebody that hated them and thought they weren't hydrating. And I was like, are we talking about the same lipsticks? Because I really thought they were fantastic, but you know, maybe they just didn't work well on their lips, but I definitely say they were a hit for me personally. And also in lips, I tried the Kylie liquid lips that we got in that Macy's beauty box. I think I'm going to call it a miss. This was the shade, I don't even remember what the name of it was. I can't read it with my glass. Oh, it was Cocoa K, I think. I think it's just a little too light pink, and it wasn't like terribly drying as a liquid lip goes, but it wasn't super hydrating or anything. Definitely transferred, you know, some liquid lipsticks still do. I think it's just this color shade just wasn't, I don't know. I think it was just, it didn't, you know, maybe if I had a lot more pink, like it might have gone better with today's look. I don't know. But it's not that great in my opinion. But I'm not a big liquid lipstick person. I don't wear a lot of them. I do it more for darker colors like reds and dark berries, because with those, you know, they tend to smudge all over the lips more. It's more important that you get it very precise and not have it smudging everywhere. And, you know, more hydrating type formulas will do that. So I tend to wear a liquid lipstick more for darker or brighter colors. So I would still probably opt more for a bullet or gloss if it's in this shade. Okay, guys, I promise we're almost done. More lip products. We got a whole pack of lip liners from the P. Louise budget box. These are really good. I've tried them on both myself and my best friend for her wedding makeup, and they glide well, lots of different colors, so many here in variety, and so I'm so happy with them. I think I'm gonna love them. Similarly, we got the lip palette from P. Louise also, and I used it both on me and her. Again, it was really easy to work with. You know, I use a spatula with these because I might keep it in my bridal kit. This is definitely gonna be one I add to the kit. Because it's hard to find lip palettes a lot of times, especially good ones. And so it had a good range of like the neutrals and browns. So it's going to work great. I think it did awesome. I'm so happy to own it now. Okay, couple of base products I want to mention real quick. And then the last category is going to be blush. So I got gifted the Face Bond from Urban Decay. You guys, this is a new favorite foundation. So good. So good. Love this thing. It was such a hit. It has like everything built into it. If I remember, it was like a 3-in-1 or 4-in-1. Like, it has like everything. It's got niacinamide in it, but it's also self-setting. And you can really tell because, you know, I was like, oh, is it like a matte or what? And then it was like, I tried it on first before I read about it. And then it made sense to me. It's so good. Definitely going to give you that, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like it's hydrating yet matte and like self-setting. So it's everything, like setting powder built in, skin treatment and coverage. Like it is so good. It's such a hit. And then similarly, and that was gifted to me by Urban Decay, by the way. And then this was gifted in Ipsy. So this came in my Boxy Charm earlier in the month. And this is the JLo, that Star Filter Complexion Booster. Love this one too. It made such a golden goddess glow. Now, I kind of used it like a foundation, but it's not really going to be good for like a foundation. It's going to be better as probably just like a very glowing primer because it didn't give you a lot of coverage or anything, but it really had the best filter to it. And so I ended up really loving it. This really did give me that feeling of the JLo glow for sure. I ended up trying the Kylash mascara from Kylie Cosmetics. We got this in the Macy's beauty box. Some folks got the samples and I got the full size I was lucky enough to get. I tested it out and it's okay. I'm honestly probably going to call this a miss because I felt like some of you guys said, I felt like it was a little drying and I didn't really feel like it did a lot to my lashes. So I wasn't super impressed. I like the packaging, I do. But as a mascara, it was a little bit of a miss for me. So I'm afraid so. All right, guys. Whew. We're now to blush. I am going to go ahead and give you a spoiler alert. Most of these are hits. I have one that I'm going to kind of categorize as like a miss unless I use it differently. Let's talk about that one. the Chanel. As part of that same fall collection, we got the blush that's the lavender. This is what I was so excited about. I am going to have to call this a miss for me for actual blush, if I use it as blush. And I think it's just because it was just too light. I have a couple of the other lavender ones in other luxury brands that it was like the perfect tint of lavender. This one I felt like was just a little too chalky. Like I looked like I had purple chalk on my face. I felt like when I kind of look back on the videos and stuff. However, if I used it as like a purple setting powder, kind of used it in different ways, I think it will be a hit. But as blush itself for me and my complexion, I feel like it was kind of a miss. So, which is a bummer because it's Chanel. Everything else is a hit though. So let's go through it. I got gifted LYS Beauty, and this is a blush and I love it. It's the perfect shade. I love that it's cream and it's called, it's in the shade Confident, and it's a satin matte cream blush. Love the look of it, love the shade. And then we were gifted the Il Makiage Baked Mineral Blush in the BoxyCharm also. This was also a hit. I loved it. It was such a perfect, subtle, pretty color, and I really liked how it went in and baked into the skin. The Nude Sticks cream blush in the Allure box, and I really liked this. I love the shade. I'm glad I picked it, but it was more subtle than I thought. But I liked how it went on and really enjoyed this one too. Not so much the brush side, but the blush itself was great, so I would call it a hit. And then that P. Louise blush palette, to die for, absolute hit. Oh my gosh, I've tried it out both for myself and on my best friend and her two girls. This is the blush palette I used, and it was so good because I was able to do like a bunch of blush layering. Like I used almost like every shade. I just kind of picked like 3 or 4 and threw it on all the faces and did layers and layers of blush, and it came out so beautiful. And it blended pretty well. You know, it's like a powder. But it was fantastic, and it was so easy and nice to have it there all laid out in one palette where I could see it, and it's so pretty and the packaging is just gorgeous. So yes, I definitely call this an absolute hit. All right, and I just got in a little bit more blush that was gifted to me, but I think I'm gonna save that for the next video. It's just getting too long and too many. So I think this is where we're gonna wrap it up, guys. That is everything. Whew, this is a long video, a lot of stuff. As you see, I tried a lot of things. And there's a lot of things I left off of here because I'm going to duplicate it in other videos, and I don't want to do that. So make sure you stick around for the next empties video, the next hits and misses video, and my next eyeshadow palette ranking and my fragrance ranking, because you'll see more reviews in there too and go even further into detail on some of these products we mentioned. So you don't want to miss it all. And if you love this kind of content and more, lots of other beauty, we do reviews, unboxings, try-ons, hauls, you name it, and vlogs as well. You'll want to stick around here and pop that subscribe so you don't miss more in the future. So that wraps it up for today, guys. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.